Hello and welcome back. Yes, still on meta characters rather, and these ones are a little bit special. Now the reason they are special is because they need a backslash in order to work, because normally this D or that D is not a special character at all. None of these are. But once you add a backslash there, and here you add another backslash, it becomes a special character only then. So what do these ones do? So if a combination of a backslash and a D will match any digit. So let's see that in action. So we're going to go to regex101.com and let's do this here. So at the end of this text, this is gibberish of course, I will just type some numbers at the end here. I will mix a few letters, numbers, and then like that. Okay, great. Now I want to match all numbers here. What I will do is I'll put \D. Now the case of the D actually matters. It should be small letter here. So as you can see now, it's matching all the numbers. So I got all these matches here. Very nice. It's ignoring everything that isn't a number. Even spaces as well are ignored. So if we come back here and change that to a capital D, then we get to match any non-digit. So let's come back here and try that. So here D, I'll do that. It's going to match any non-digit. You see, it's staying away from all the numbers and matching the rest. Now, when we say non-digit here, we mean non-digit, everything from line breaks, return, tabs as well, etc., etc. So anything, special characters, like symbols, all that stuff. Everything is matched for as long as it's not a digit. So be careful when you're using these. You may end up, if you're whitelisting certain words, you may end up accepting things that you didn't want to accept. Just keep in mind that anything that isn't a digit will work here. All right, moving on. So this one will match any word character here. Now words here mean any numbers and letters. So let's see this in action. So I'll do the /W small letter, and as you can see, it has matched every single word character except for this slash here and these symbols over there, because they are not part of words. You can't use these to create words. Even the question mark is left alone. And as you have guessed, if I change this to a capital version, then it does the opposite, which means it will match anything that isn't a word character. Now word here excludes spaces. As you can see here, if I match the small letter there, it doesn't include the spaces, the periods, none of these. So if I put the capital W like this, you see now that it's matching anything that isn't a number or a letter. So if, for example, you want to make sure that people are, when they're signing up, they're only using words to write their names, you can put this one like that. Easy peasy. /W, that's the only thing you accept, which means no spaces, no first name and last name in the same situation. You will not allow that to happen. It's just the words or a number. Okay, great. Moving on. Now S here will match any white space. Now white spaces here include any tabs, any actual spaces, any line breaks of any kind. So let's see this in action for a moment. So what I will do here is I will tab some of these things. Unfortunately, it seems I cannot tab here. Now, one fun fact is that you can actually do regular expressions in Sublime Text, and I'm sure other text editors as well. Just make sure that on the bottom corner here, this dot star is selected. So now if you can see this panel, just press Ctrl F or Command F on a Mac. Let's create a new thingy here, and I will use some tab keys here. I'll say I'll type anything, so that's tab and then some spaces like that, some dots, symbols. Let's look at that. Down. Okay, so we have something to search here. Now make sure that the star here is selected, and then let's go to the search bar. Now what I want to do here is search for all spaces. Look at that, /s. This is small letter s, and you see whether it's a tab, it's a space, it's a line break, everything is selected. Now, of course, as you have guessed, if I do the opposite, /capital W, wait a minute, what's going on? Okay, so that's the wrong one, it's capital S, sorry. So as you can see here, capital S will match anything that isn't a space. So this can be good for cleaning up empty spaces in your strings, so that you just match anything that isn't an empty space. If you want to squeeze everything together at once from your text, you can do this. Right, so same thing if I copy this text over here. I came here to actually just type this text and paste it here, because of course it's easier to use these tabs, and because if I tab here it just goes to something else. So let me just paste the text, and you can see some of these are tabs. This is a return, at least it shows you some symbols over here, and you can see if I put the capital W there, you see that it matches. Oh, why am I obsessed with the W? It should be S. It will match anything that isn't a space, and when I do that, it will match only the spaces, including the carriage returns, etc, etc. Alright, so this is all about special characters. In the next video, we're going to look at character sets here. So yeah, character sets. I'll see you then.